this class I'm going to explain about characteristics of database approach. In the last class we have discussed about the introduction part of the database management system subject. What is data, database management system definition, and what are the characteristics of database, implicit properties of database system and functionalities of database system. Now we'll see what are the characteristics of database approach. So this is the outline of today's presentation. So characteristic in this under the today we are going to see about characteristics of database approach. Along with that, the various users of database system, that is actors on the scene and workers behind the scene. First we will see the characteristics of database approach. There are many characteristics, but we are going to focus on the 4 important characteristics of database approach. The first one is self-describing nature of a database system, insulation between programs, data and data abstraction, support of multiple views of data, sharing of data, and multi-user transaction processing. We'll see one by one. First characteristics, self-describing nature of a database system. So self-describing nature of a database system means we know that database system name itself we understood it is used to store the data. It's a collection of data and that data should be created and maintained with the help of database management system. In olden days we have used file system for storing the data. In file system means the data will be stored in a file, and whenever we want to extract any information we should write an application program. Then suppose we want to retrieve the details of the students, those who have that CGPA 8 and above CGPA means that we have to write one program. After later some other people, for example HOD wants to extract the details of the student, those are coming from Article, again I have to write a separate object program, extract the data from the database file system. So each time we have to put effort to write a program, that it will take time and so on. So to overcome that, nowadays that we are maintaining database system to store the data. In database system what will happen, no, the data will be stored separately, but the student name, USN, data, but that information will be stored separately. The data the description of the data will be stored separately. The description of the data means the what is name is a character string, the length, what is the storage structure used to store the name, and the date of birth means it should be their date, the month and year, that what is the date of data type used and so on. This information should be stored separately, that is called as database catalog, the DBMS catalog. The data is called as a metadata, that is DBMS catalog stores a description of a particular database. Suppose we will take that our college database. In the college database, what is the description means we are having that we can take the 4 objects: student, faculties, and what are the various courses are there, then other non-college, the library. And this is the college, the objects. And then again we will take a student means it describes name, USN, date of birth, address, email ID and so on. Faculty means faculty ID, faculty name and what is their specialization and so on. So these informations are called as metadata. This will be stored in the DBMS catalog, or we will call it as a data dictionary. Okay, so this allows the DBMS software to work with different database applications. So with different application based on the query we can extract the data. If whatever data application we are going to, the software we are going to use, it won't affect this. Only the data will be affected, the access method will be affected, the catalog there will be no change. Okay, this is the first characteristics. Then next is insulation between programs and data abstraction. So here there are 2 important characteristics: program data independence and program operation independence. So what is that means? This database approach allows changing the data storage structures and operations without having to change the DBMS access programs. Programs no need to change. If you want to change, we can change the data, the storage, the data structure details, and as well as operations. Why means here we have maintained separately. Data structure details should be stored separately in the data catalog. The database should be stored separately in the separate storage structure. So it won't affect. Both are independent. That's why it's called as program data independence. Any changes we'll do in the data, it won't affect the program, and any changes we'll do in the operation, it won't affect in the program. This is called as program data independence and program operation independence. The data model used to hide storage details and present the users with a conceptual view of the data. If we'll go for IRCTC, the railway reservation system, we'll see what are the data will be stored in the thing, and then what is the name. We are going to enter first our name, and from which place to which place we want to travel, what is the train number, date, and so on. So we don't know how the data will be stored. That information, so storage details should be hidden from the user. That is called as a data abstraction. That is the second characteristics of database management system. The third characteristics is support of multiple views of the data. Suppose we'll take IRCTC airline reservation system, IRCTC railway reservation system only we'll take. In that thing, each user view will be different. For example, I am a user. I want to know that there are how many trains are there from Coimbatore. Okay, that I want to know. And some other people wants to search that how many trains are there from how many trains are running from this Bangalore to Coimbatore on the different day, the dates and time, and their requirement will be different. So we want to search from one source to another source, some particular date they are going to search, and then caste wise they are going to search, and so on. So, and as well as we will take the college database. As a faculty, I need that information about the students, like name, all those things. If office people, they want only name and USN and contact number of the student and semester, not to send that information to the parents about the fees and so on. So this each user view will be different in the database. Okay, based on the interest of the user, it is going to display the data. And the next thing, sharing of data and multi-user transaction processing. So now we'll take any database systems, online database management system. Okay, so here we'll take the IRCTC railway reservation system. So it's a online transaction processing. Here at a time, more than one user is going to access the database. For example, here I will be sitting and I am booking ticket in for one particular train. At the same time, in somewhere else, other people will be sitting, they will be booking for the ticket for the same train. So the one particular ticket should be booked for only one person. So this thing should be taken care by the concurrency control and transaction management. And another thing is, in that concurrency management system, control system, it has to maintain two properties: isolation and atomicity. Why it is means, suppose for example, I am transferring the particular amount from my account to my friend account. Suppose I will have, in that case, what are the operations should be performed? The first, that amount will be, suppose I want to transfer some 5,000 rupees from my account to my friend account, means first that amount will be deducted from my account and then it should be credited to my friend account. But some case, due to some problem, amount is deducted from my account, but it is not credited to my account, means it is failure. The operation is not completed. So this should not be happen. So for that reason, that atomicity is ensued. That means if the operations performed, means the complete operation should be performed. The deduction of account amount from my account and it should be credited into my friend's account. There is a complete operation. Otherwise, none of the things should be performed. Completely should not be performed. Again, should be returned back to my account. And then isolation. So suppose that already I told, the online transaction process, online reservation system, if I'll book the ticket and my many people will book the ticket for the same train in the same database at the same time. So even though that each operation is independent. Okay, so that is called as isolation. update the isolation property, independent operation. So these are the main characteristics of database approach. So one of the important question, so in the university exam you may get the question as what is the difference between database system and file management system. So these four characteristics you got to relate with file system and explain. These are all the advantages of database system, and at the same time these are disadvantages of file management system. So that you got to explain for university exam. Okay. And then next we are going to see about database users. Okay, so in the database user, they will take all our, we are using the railway reservation system, we are also users. So users in the sense, some people we are going to use the database directly, some people they will involve in the maintenance of database, they will involve in creating the database and maintaining the database and so on. So based on that thing we are going to classify the database users into two groups: actors on the scene and workers behind the scene. Actors on the scene means person who actually use and control the content of the database. Workers behind the scene means persons whose job involves designing the database, development, operation and maintenance persons are called as workers behind the scene. So actors on the scene, who are all there means database administrators. They are responsible for that maintaining all the users, allocating resources, creating the database and providing access to all the users and so on. Database designers or engineers, their role is to design the database. And end users, there will be different types of end users: casual users, parametric users, sophisticated end users, standalone end users. So that end user details we'll see later, but even though now we can understand the different people, they're going to use different interfaces. For example, if we'll take bank will go means they're going to use form like that, and in the IRCT reservation system we are going to use the form, we are going to fill the data, we are going to extract the data. Some users, the based on that user requirement, that interface is going to vary. And standalone end users, we are standalone end users. When the personal data system, the system we are maintaining our database, that is standalone end users. And system analysis and application programmers, they are the engineers, they have the capability to write the program by their own. And then workers begin the scene are the database designers and implementers, and then tool developers. Suppose for example, already I told that IRCTC online railway reservation system, so we need to maintain that concurrency and concurrency control in the transaction management system. If any failure occurs, that should be recovered. So that concurrency control recovery system, this is separate tool should be used to maintain the database management system. So then operators and maintenance personnel, if any problem occurred, the maintenance personnel will take care. So these are the people, they are working in the background of the database for the maintenance of the database. So they are called as workers behind the scene. So the next class we will see that other topics. So this today's class you understood the what are the four main characteristics of database approach and what are the different users of database systems. So the users again it is classified into the users, people those who are involving directly to the database, using the database, that is workers behind actors on the scene, and the people those who are maintaining and designing and the database, they are called as workers behind the scene. Thank you.